Hey everyone, this is Fyre Majickspell of New England Pagans and Witches, and I'm just here to remind you of the upcoming super full blue moon this week. So I want you to be sure that you carve out some time for that for yourself. There's also a lunar eclipse that's going on that night. Whether or not you are able to see the moon or the eclipse at all, just remember the energy is still there. This is a great time to think about moon bathing. A lot of times, we think about putting out our crystals or gemstones, our magical supplies, things that we want energetically charged and cleansed under a moon. But we're not always thinking about ourselves in this practice. Moon bathing, it allows Luna's energy to align and balance our chakras. It cleanses our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, our aura. It helps to balance us. And it empowers us with Luna's magic and energy. This practice can also help remove energy, the particles that are weighing you down and dragging you down, keeping you back. You can always moonbathe nude or clothed. You can do this outside under the moon itself, or even inside your own place that you live, in front of a window that the moon is able to come through, so you are able to see Luna. I always like to go outside with a robe around me when it is warmer, although I will admit I have gone outside and practiced this even when the colder months, and I live here right in New Hampshire, and I still have done it. Not as long as warmer months, but I still have done it. So what you would want to do is go out in your robe or a long cloak or a long cape or even a long jacket, something outside, clothes that you are able to take off and face the moon. I always like to place my crystals or gemstones I want charged all the way around me so it kind of forms a circle. This also at the same time will cleanse and charge my gemstones, my crystals, my jewelry, anything I want empowered by the moon, I like to place along the circle. And then inside the circle, I like to bring items such as sacred offerings or a drink, or such as cakes and ale, to give as an offering to the moon, or even some herbs or anything that I can give back to the earth and the moon that is biodegradable. Flowers, herbs, those types of things. So I always like to stand in the goddess stance, which is standing with your legs shoulder width apart and your arms over your head, sort of in a V shape. And when I do that, I ask Luna to fill me with her cleansing and magical energies. And I feel this energy flowing through my mind, my body, my spirit. I feel it flowing through all of my chakras. And I allow that energy to cleanse me, to purify me, and empower me as I do this. And after I feel like I've really been enhanced by the magical energies of the moon, which can be a minute or several minutes even, I then like to say a prayer to Luna, or I like to do some kind of chanting or sing into Luna, or I'll take out my drum and drum. Or any type of form of dancing, belly dancing, some type of yoga, kundalini type moves are also great to do under the moon. And when you're finished, before you open your circle and open space again, you want to give your thanks to Luna. I always like to do this in a prayer position with my hands together, and I bow my head. And then I'll bow to Luna and thank her for assisting me and lending me her energy. And then at that time, I usually will either pour a drink in honor to her on Gaia, such as wine, such as whiskey, or even water or juice. Either of those things are fine. You just want to make sure they are really good properties in honor of the moon, or even the phase that the moon is in. So use your judgment on how the weather is, and also use your judgment if you have enough privacy to do any type of moon bathing sky clad, also known as nude practice. If not, you know, energy flows through you, whether or not you are clothed or nude. Okay, the same thing, whether or not you are able to go outside or inside. Energy flows through where it needs to go. So don't worry about having to be outside. You can, as long as you are able to face the moon somehow. And if you don't have a window that faces the moon enough, place in a photo of the moon or an image of the moon and using that energy. Remember, that energy will flow through your house and get to that moon image. Okay, so you can use that as well. Don't get hung up on semantics of how it has to be or what it should be. You know, don't stress about it. What you want to do is come into this circle, the magic moon bathing circle, stress-free, relaxed, and being able to honor the moon this way. So that way you have a good experience and you can feel the energies before, during, and after. Really after, to see what kind of feeling that you feel differently from. In my practice, as I've said many times, I do like to practice the night before the full moon, the night of the full moon, and the night after. And that also goes for new moons as well for myself. So if you don't have a window facing the moon that is in front of it for you to be able to stand in front of, or even like have privacy, sometimes you might have a great window that faces the moon, but right across the street from you is your neighbor who's nosy and looks out. So if that's the case, you know, charge an image under the moon the night before, or a candle that you are able to use in the image of the moon itself and in honor. So that way, when you do your moon bathing inside, you are able to utilize that energy and use the candle or the crystal as a focal point, or some type of beautiful photo of Luna herself. So I hope this helps you. Remember, you can visit us on Facebook on New England Pagans and Witches. And we also have the Yahoo group too. So just search for New England Pagans and Witches on Yahoo. It's a group. Or on Facebook, the page itself. There is a group out there on Facebook, but it is not us. So we've been around since 2001, and I just want to remind you of that. Anyway, magical blessings this upcoming full moon. Be well, be healthy, and tap into that energy. Blessed be.